I got you.
And it's actually kind of a follow to exactly what you're saying.
All right.
The poll that came out this week, polling people across the city along racial lines on whether Chicago should continue being a sanctuary city. Majority of voters said no. And the highest among those were among Latinos and blacks. And one of the reasons why is because of resources. So are you concerned that you are losing, voters on this? As this crisis continues, according to...
Thank you for the question. This is not about votes. This is the problem here. If people think that my job is solely based on how I can get the next vote, we'll get to that in the next 3 years. But I got you. Hold on a second. I just want to make sure that I don't want people to believe that the political decisions that the right wing in this country is making is going to force me to make a decision that will go against our values because I'm thinking about votes. Here's what I'm most concerned about. Our constituents and residents of the city of Chicago. I got it. My bigger concern is the fact that we have an alt-right movement, not just in this country, but around the globe, that continues to disrupt black and brown economies. Can I just offer up some context real quick? There are leaders in many of these countries that come from the same movement and struggle that Jesse and I and Carlos come from. People should look at the story of Her Excellency, the first black vice president in Colombia, who was not that much different than Alderwoman Jeanette Taylor, who was pushing back against the government when they were coming into villages of which mostly black Afro-Colombians lived in, disrupting their local economy, causing them to lead movements to actually ultimately transform this government. And then when they got into power, the very forces that they fought are now mad at them and destabilizing their economies to force this massive population shift. And so this is about elevating the consciousness of the entire globe. My bigger concern is to make sure that those families, I'm going to speak directly to black people, that I've made a commitment to invest in the very communities that were disrupted by previous administrations, that have closed schools, that have closed mental health clinics, that have shut down public housing. Everything that I've done up to this point, while still handling this crisis, I have not stopped governing to make sure we're raising the wages, passing treatment, not trauma, bringing Chicago home. Apparently in the city of Chicago, you have a mayor that can walk and chew gum. Thank you all.